Girl, you do too much. You do too much. Hi, Cosmic Cuties. I'm here with my good friend, Michelle, and we want to thank you for getting us to 888. That's 888 subscribers to this channel. Say yay! Yay! She don't care. So yes, 888 subscribers. It's an exciting moment in this channel's history, and I wanted to celebrate it, document it with you. Before we get any further, I have to say, hey, if you are watching this video, welcome. And are you subscribed? And if you haven't subscribed, why not? Please, if you have not subscribed to this channel yet, please hit that button below and join us. We have a lot of fun here. It's lit. So yeah, actually, as I'm recording this video, it is Monday, and I'm actually at 887 subscribers, but I'm hoping that by Wednesday, fingers crossed, we'll be at 888. So YouTube, do your thing. Please don't make a liar of me. But yeah, I love a triple digit number, and this just feels momentous. For people that want a little bit of a backstory, I've actually had my YouTube channel for about 10 years, but it's only now in the last year and a half, since June of 2023, that I've been trying consistently to build up this channel. And we are at 888 in about a year and a half time. I just wanted to note that because I think that people think that it doesn't take that long, or maybe it takes way longer, but I just want to note that everyone's mileage may vary. And so this is where I've gotten thus far in about a year and a half time. What else? Let me check my notes because I do have notes. My goal is to be monetized by the end of the year. In order to monetize my channel here on YouTube, I need to have 1,000 subscribers. And so 888 feels like a really significant milestone on that journey. And that's why I'm asking that if you, again, have not subscribed, please do. Reaching the monetization goal for me as a Black queer autistic person means surviving capitalism. I don't know if y'all know this, but the statistics say that about 84% of autistic people are un or underemployed, and I'm definitely part of that 84%. And so YouTube is one of my many strategies that I am trying to employ in order to survive capitalism. So your subscribing means a lot to me. Literally, it can mean the difference between housing or not housing, groceries or not groceries, being able to pay bills and utilities, that kind of thing. So I don't take it lightly, and I am very grateful to everyone who has subscribed thus far and poured into my channel in any kind of way, via your likes, via your comments, via just, DMing me and letting me know to keep going. Those are all the things that are pouring into me, and I appreciate you all for sharing your time and your attention with me. So, in celebration of 888 subscribers, I wanted to make this video that's a little bit more casual from my art studio in front of my artistic works. Hey, artistic works. And I wanted to share 8 things that I have learned on my YouTube journey. I hope that these things can inspire you if you are a YouTube creator, or if you're just a creator in the world, generally speaking. So yeah, let's get into it. In no particular order, here are some of the things I've learned. 1, there are so many different ways to be a YouTuber. because of the content that I consumed on YouTube, which was primarily like tarot pick a card videos, astrology videos, and probably compilation videos of my favorite shows. I really just had a narrow vision of what it took to be a YouTube content creator. Um, and now that I'm actually on this platform and creating more and looking at other people's content, I see that there are so many different ways. First of all, there are so many different niches. You know, there are people that are playing video games. There are people that are talking about astrology or tarot. There are people that are talking about politics. So there's all of these different subject matters, but also there's like so many different ways. There are some people that never show their face. Then there are people that are like strictly talking heads, like me. There are people that don't actually release recorded content or not recorded, but pre-recorded content, and instead only do live videos. There are some people that only do shorts videos. There are just so many different ways to be a YouTuber, and I love that about this platform, both the diversity of thought and the diversity of, I don't know what you would call it, content type. Yeah. Number 2, goals and points of view can change. When I first started, I just knew that I would be able to get to the 1,000 subscriber mark and monetize my channel within the first 6 months. So that would have been a year ago. So like December of 2023. And so that was a goal that I had for a long time. And when I did not meet that goal, I had to shift it. I will also say that my point of view has changed as well. I feel like I probably could have had my channel be monetized within 6 months if I was willing to compromise my values, in that I often see the kind of content that becomes incredibly popular often appeals to like the lowest common denominator, has a lot of rage bait, that kind of thing, and that's just not me. I will also say that my initial goal in terms of connecting the community that I wanted to connect to, I thought that I would be in conversation with other astrologers, and that actually has not happened. And now I am more in conversation with other astrology enthusiasts and making content that I believe is helping beginner astrology enthusiasts get more familiar with astrology, so that I think in the future we'll be able to have like more intentional conversations and go back and forth and share information. So it's like, to me, it's the feeling of, instead of walking into an already established community, sort of building up a community on my own. And yeah, that's a different sort of experience than I was expecting as well. Number 3, and this is something that I am still salty about, YouTube's 2 different monetization pathways. They have one monetization pathway where it's 500 subscribers and I believe like 1,000 watch hours. I'm not sure about that second part, but it's definitely 500 subscribers. And then the other pathway that's at 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. They call that first pathway, the 500 subscriber one, monetization. But in my head, monetization meant monetization via ad revenue. And this new 500 subscriber mark is more about the ability to have members of your channel that pay a monthly fee for special perks. And I like that because I like any avenue, to provide people avenues in which they can support me, right? But that is not what my idea of monetization was, and it is not what YouTube has said monetization means for the entirety of its existence. And so I felt And I still do a little bit, like that was a bit of a bait and switch, but I understand more clearly what it means now. And anytime I get a chance to talk about the difference, I always do, because I want people to understand that if you're aiming for 500, that is a specific type of monetization that depends more on you doing the work rather than receiving money from the ads that play on your video. And that's another thing. The way that there are ads currently playing on my videos that I don't get to see any of that revenue for. Annoying. Annoying. And number 4. This is the part that I think is really difficult for people. Consistency is key. And what if consistency is not wrapped up in capitalist ideas of making sure that the algorithm recognizes that you are here regularly? But what if we could reframe that consistency as an accountability to yourself? What would it mean to show up for what you say is your goal here on YouTube? And this is specific to YouTube creators, and I guess like content creators all over the place. But yeah, I think that it is difficult to keep yourself going, inspired by showing up for capitalism every week, or however often your posting schedule is. But what would it be like if you were able to reframe that and think about showing up for yourself, showing up for what you say your goals are, showing up for what you say is important and valuable to you in terms of like the content you want to create and the timeline that you want to do it. That part is super important to being a content creator here on YouTube, in that, yes, the algorithm rewards that level of consistency, but also what does it feel? What is it like to feel in your body bolstered by showing up for yourself? And number 5. Oh, I was surprised by how linked everything is. And this is not specific to like YouTube creation, just I think it's being a creator or artist or creative in general. It's funny how skills build on each other. Back in the day, um, I was a performance artist, and it was always necessary to try and like document my work so that I could get more gigs. And so that's how like my documentation, or maybe filming, whatever, videography started. And I wanted to get better at that. And so I took a filmmaking class and made my first film, which, by the way, won a film festival, its very first try in entering a film festival. And that was amazing. But yeah, being a performance artist led me to learning film. Learning film brought me to some of the skills that I employ as a YouTube creator. Understanding the way that light and color works is definitely influenced by my painting practice as a visual artist. And so it's funny to see how all of these creative things are linked, and how, if anybody is ever worried about, oh, I have to find my niche, I would never say that niching down as a creative is important. I think what's more important is exploring and making the connections and understanding the through line between all of your creative endeavors. So yeah, it's funny to see the ways in which skills and different ways of creating tend to build on and are intertwined with each other. Just intersectionality at its finest. We love that. Chef's kiss. Number 6, also surprised at the way that Watching my videos over the last year and a half has been a documentation of my growth, a documentation of my growth as a person, a documentation of the growth of my hair because I'm on a hair growth journey. Um, just a documentation of so many different ways in which I have grown and changed over the last year and a half. And that is something that I had not accounted for, but I am just pleasantly surprised by, and so grateful to witness and experience. So yes, thank you to that documentation. Oh, number 7. This is a big one. Um, how important community is to me, period, and how important it is to me to keep going. It sustains me in my creation of this YouTube content. Um, I put out a video every Wednesday. I'm also I started a group called Cultivate Community, and it's just a small group of YouTube creators from all types of different genres and niches. And we are supporting each other, reciprocally. Like, what are you working on? How can I support you? What kind of support do you need? Let's talk about how we do our process. Let's share resources, that kind of thing. So building that community is sustaining me, and also the comments that y'all leave, the emails, the DMs that I get about, oh wow, I really liked that video in this particular aspect. Oh, let me ask you a question about this. Oh, let me share my chart placement. What do you think about it? Those kinds of interactions absolutely keep me going. And so if you ever think to yourself, oh, nobody wants to hear my comment, or I guess read my comment, please know that is not true. And I hope that I never get to a place where I take people's comments for granted, because right now it's absolutely the thing that is keeping me going. Hearing from other people and feeling as if I'm making connections is a large part of how I'm able to do this in a sustainable manner. And number 8, I knew this, but I didn't know it in my heart. I don't have to know everything. I am an astrology content creator and an art content creator. And I don't have to know everything about astrology. I don't have to know everything about oil painting. I don't have to be an expert. I just have to share my unique perspective. And I think that is something that like white supremacy culture teaches us, is this value of expertise. And I want to disrupt that and say that we are all experts, and also none of us are experts. We are all learning through our connections to each other. And that feels really important for me to honor and live as I am creating content and just living my Black queer autistic life. So yeah, that is it. That is my top 8 things that I've learned in this last year and a half as a content creator here on YouTube. I'm curious if any of it resonated with you, and if any of it surprised you, or if you just want to talk to me in the comments. Let's connect. Once again, thank you so much for being subscribed to my channel. Thank you so much for your support of my Black queer autistic life and livelihood. And as always, thank you for making time for queer astrology. Bye, y'all.